Hello. Before we get started with the show, I just wanted to say for both myself and Dillon that our hearts and prayers go out to everyone who's been impacted by the situation in Maine this past week. From the people who've lost friends and loved ones, to the first responders going into terrible scenes, to the hospital workers working tremendously hard to help as many as they can, and many more involved. The show is meant to be lighthearted and to bring laughs to everyone, but before we get into that, we just want to take a moment beforehand to give our condolences to everyone impacted by this horrific tragedy.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of If Stupid Had a Name podcast. This is Dillon and I'm here with Colton.
What's up?
We are recording on Sunday, October 29th.
Yes, we are. That's because I actually don't mind the Sundays one better, because then it's not...
We don't have to rush it.
Not necessarily rush it, but then it's just more consistent, because I like putting it up on Monday mornings at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Rather than having like one on Monday, and then like we record on like a
One on,
Thursday,
like
and then one
Friday,
comes up
yeah.
on Friday, yeah. Or then if we record like Friday evening, then it sits waiting for 2 days before finally it goes up. So, we have had some changes. I got a new audio mixer, so hopefully things should hopefully go a little smoother.
Heck yeah.
A what? Yeah,
It's pretty dope too.
it is. I could put fucking audio drops on it and shit. Yeah, it's pretty spicy, man. So
Hey, I know last week you told me I said a certain word, but yeah.
Happens.
It happens.
It was
I didn't
over.
call anybody a racial slur. Or
No, God, we're not that freaking unfiltered. Jesus Christ.
we're not that big of an asshole, or too crazy about the internet canceling us. Sorry if that offended anybody, but
Kiss our ass. No. So
it don't
yes.
it don't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does, but I feel like as long as you're not calling it to somebody's face that is challenged, then you should be all right. But
Yeah, true. But sometimes it is warranted by some people, but
usually I'm just describing myself with it. So
or me.
oh yeah, are you?
And usually
You
again it's
fuck.
warranted, so
Oh shit.
yeah, so well anyways, Dylan, how was your past week?
Past week was pretty good.
Yeah.
No
more hit and runs at work?
I've been more than tired usually.
Yeah.
More than tired usually.
Wow.
Fucking English good.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Holy fuck.
I've been tired more than usual.
He almost did it again.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I don't know, just kind of just tired, but yeah, nothing really special happened at work. I mean, a bunch of fucking coworkers are acting sussy, but that's nothing.
That's normal.
Nothing new.
That's normal.
Yeah,
No more, like I said, no hit and runs at work.
Nope.
Oh man.
We
have a-
Michael hasn't committed any more.
Do we have an update on that or no?
All I know is that he has to go to court.
Oh, so he hasn't gone yet?
He did, and then they're like, "Yeah, call in about a month for your stuff." Oh, thanks, dickheads.
Thanks. Now I'm sitting on pins and needles for a month. Thanks. Appreciate that. Ass wipes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, other than that, no, nothing too exciting.
Well, that's good. So, well, this happened for me. I had nothing really interesting happen at work that I want to share as of yet. Maybe sometime down the road. But from a few weeks ago, I put it in my phone and my notes, and then I forgot to transfer it to my laptop. And so I never said it, but not last week. So the week prior, I was recording the week before, I went out to Kansas City for one of my loads, and the biggest truck stop in the world is on I-80 in Iowa. And so I stopped there, went there, and they have it's like a, think of if you're from the South, of Buc-ee's, like the building is like the size of Buc-ee's. It doesn't have near the amount of fuel pumps as Buc-ee's, but it puts parking to shame because it's got parking for over like 900 semi trucks. That's ridiculous. But I went in there. Yeah, I went in there and I went to the buffet, right? And I got like one plate. And this is like a certified fat ass moment. Okay, I went in there with this other guy. And at their buffet, they got like comfort food. They got mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, mixed vegetables for some reason. They had macaroni and cheese, and then they had fried chicken, like a pot roast, pork loin, and you can make your own like thing of spaghetti and meatballs. And then they also had, that day, they had chicken wings, but that doesn't mean anything right now. So I went up, I got a plate. Had mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, fried chicken on it, and some potato wedges. Oh, they also had potato wedges. Put some potato wedges on there. Guy went in there at the same time with me. We walked over there at the same time, sat down at the same time, all that stuff. His first plate, he got, he got some, I believe, some spaghetti and meatballs. He got some chicken wings, and one of the sides. I can't remember what side he got, but he got something else. Okay? Then, we got done eating. He goes up, gets another plate of spaghetti with some pork and some more chicken wings. Okay? And these aren't like, and they're not like a little part. I mean, they were heaping portions, right? Okay? I went up, I got a second plate mistakenly because I sure shit didn't need it. I got halfway through that second plate. I was like, fuck me, this was a mistake. Right? He goes up and gets a third plate and puts some pot roast on there and like some mashed. I'm like, holy fuck, dude! He got like a hollow leg. Christ!
He's stealing it for on the road.
Yeah, right. I'm not paying attention. He's got Tupperware there. He fucking put shit in the Tupperware to put in his. I'm like, fucking A, man. First time eating all year. Is you like? Are you Jesus Christ? Last Supper? Fuck me. So, but overall, shit. that was
having 3 Thanksgiving dinners
on
one.
Like fuck,
like Jesus.
That is a certified fat ass moment right there, man. Holy shit. So, but I had to go because that's where the Iowa 80 truck stop is. If Davenport, Iowa, which is right on the border with Illinois, it's just west of that. And then my first stop ahead with my load was in Cedar Rapids, so I had to go a little bit farther. And then go north up on I-380, I think it is. So I stayed at a rest area that was just before Cedar Rapids on I-380. Mm-hmm. I stopped there, park. That's where I'm going to stay for the night. Walk in to go to the bathroom. And first, I walk into the bathroom, and I thought I needed to go back and go buy like a Tux to go inside that rest area. Because, like, holy shit. It was a pretty nice rest area. But... walk into the bathroom, I go and look, and they had the stalls there, right? And they weren't like the normal stalls where they're like that, like 1-inch plastic that's like hanging off the wall. It was like actual like tiled stalls. Like everything was tile, and it was really nice. That's why I was like, damn, I need a fucking suit, coat and tie to come in here. Fuck me. But the problem is these stalls, they're only
certified for it.
Yeah, the stall walls were only like 5 feet tall. So if you're over 5 feet 6 inches, you could go right over to the stall and see, oh, I see you having a shit in there. You having a good time? Like, if you're tall at all, you could just see everyone having a nice shit inside their stall. It's like, couldn't you guys make these stalls a little bit taller? Like, I'm 5'7", and I could have went up and looked right in there and see if someone was having a mean shit or eating snacks or beating it or something. I don't know, man.
Turtle head poking out.
Yeah, fucking A. Good Lord. Yeah, but I'm like, let's make the stalls a little taller, guys. And then this other story I have was from the week before when I went down to Texas. I stopped for the first night at a Love's, was getting fuel, and for trucks they have you can have 2 pumps, one for each tank. Start it up, letting it go. I had to get I put in 160 gallons worth of diesel. But when the pumps click, it's like a regular car pump. Once it gets full, it'll click the pump off so it doesn't just fucking put it right on the ground.
Yeah.
And it clicked off. Well, when it clicks off, you can squeeze another 8 to 10 gallons inside the tanks still after it clicks off. So that's usually what I do, because if you add, that's another 20 gallons. Now, I usually average anywhere from 4.5 to 5 miles to the gallon. That's a lot of miles. That's nearly 100 more miles you could go. So the satellite pump gets done for the passenger side. So I go over there and I lift the nozzle up. I'm going to put some more fuel in there, and it keeps clicking off. And finally it stops clicking off, but nothing's coming out. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the hose starts moving. I look, the hose disconnected from the quick disconnect on the pump. I'm like, oh, that's a problem. No wonder I'm not getting any more fuel. Fucking laying on the ground. I'm like, oh, shit, thank God it was done pumping before it fucking disconnected. I don't know if it was loose. And finally,
Bluetooth feeling.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck me. All right. Guess I'm not getting any more fuel.
Damn. Fuck, dude. The fuck?
Yeah. It was just a little wild, weird thing. And so I go in there and I'm like, hey, by the way, the hose came disconnected from the pump. She's like, what? I'm like, it was after I was done fueling. It didn't make a mess. Maybe a few drops of diesel hit the ground, but it's not bad. All right.
You probably gave her a fucking heart attack right when you.
Well,
said
she's probably
that.
thinking she's probably thinking
What
you
did you
stupid
just
ass. You drove off with it still in your tank. No. It just fell out. I lifted the nozzle up and it just fell right out. Apparently, it was it was a quitting time and the pump was getting out of there. So at least the hose was. I'm like, all right.
Hose was like, I'll see you later, pal.
Yeah, all right. I'm a head out. So, but like I said, other than that, this past week I didn't really have anything interesting happen.
Yeah, same.
So, been a little slow, but I'm sure that'll change. It always changes. Something new always comes up.
Someone almost dies or some bull crap like that.
Right. So, but before we get into, the weekly stupid report, I want to talk about farts. I got a problem with farts, all right? This isn't what are you so mad about? Okay? But my problem with farts is, you're sitting there, right? And say you got an upset stomach, right? You let a little squeaker go, oh, it feels a little better, right? Oh, you let it, oh, it's getting better, oh, okay, this could be a good one. Lift up your leg, and then it just fucking mud pie comes out, right? You're like, well, why didn't it do it the first 2 times, right? Okay? Then, these other times where you're like, oh, this is going to be a huge fart. You lift up, the saddest little squeak, a fucking mouse squeak comes out. You're like, what? It's like those times you go to the bathroom to go to pee, right? You're like, oh man, I gotta have a mean piss. 6 drops come out and that's it. And then other times it's I don't really need to pee, but I guess I'll go. And then you're standing there for 10 minutes because 7 gallons of fucking piss comes out. It's like, god damn, you didn't have to pee that bad.
Oh shit.
Or you have these, and then you have the classic one, oh, this won't be too loud, and then you drop a fucking bomb on Nagasaki, come out your ass. Jesus. That shit's annoying. And then you have the ones that are really loud and then don't stink. Not too bad. Then you have ones that you barely feel coming out and smells like a dog's asshole. Or as Dillon says, smells like raw asshole.
It's just
that's
it. That's all you get.
Yeah. But then, it's like you're inside a gas chamber. It's terrible. It's one time.
Fucking dude passes out next to you oh shit.
Yeah, right. Freaking biohazard. Slapping shit on the door. DEFCON 3 in here. Do not enter. I gave one time, so I bring food with me on the road, and I brought one of those Stouffer's meatloafs I had, obviously pre-made it at home and then just put it in a Tupperware, warmed up in the microwave, and my dog Ruger with me. And I get done eating. Of course, he's fucking sniffing all over it the whole time, I'm like, all right, fine, I'll let you lick the gravy out of the Tupperware. He licks the gravy. Freaking had a great time, right? The next morning, oh my god, dude. That dog had the worst gas I think I've ever.
Dude,
it
doesn't matter
so
what
bad.
you feed your dog. Dogs have the worst farts.
No, but okay, sometimes it's one fart. Dude, it was a one-man band over there. Not that I could hear it, but just the constant, you'd get a whiff, and oh, fuck me, dog. 5 minutes go by. Oh, Jesus. I mean, it was bad. It was he was just spitting them out, man. It was not good. And of course, I'm down in
Okay,
Texas.
Spez dispenser over here.
Yeah, I'm down in Texas. It's like 85, 90 degrees outside, humid in hell. So I have it on recirculate. So it's just freaking constant, recycling all that shit inside. That's like, fuck.
Oh, gross.
Getting
all in your floorboards and shit.
It is not good. It was
leave
not
your truck.
good.
Leave your truck for the weekend. Come back on Monday. It's like Ruger's still here.
And I took a week off. No. Yeah, definitely the can of the thing of Febreze was definitely being used heavily after that, without a doubt. So, but all right, let's move into our weekly stupid report. So, if you haven't heard, this came out nearly almost a week ago, honestly, but so the world's oldest dog, who lives in Portugal. His name is Bobby with an I, Bobi. I have no, I am not even gonna try and say what kind of dog that is. But anyways, didn't you say like let's see, 165 days, so that would be 4 months ago, just about 4 months ago, it turned 31 years old, and it just passed away earlier this week. So and you can definitely tell this dog was in Portugal and not China, because if it was in China, it wouldn't have made it to 31. Trust me. It would have been fattened up and put into some lo mein rice or lo mein noodles before it made it to 31. There's no doubt. But they said it exclusively ate human food that was obviously like watered down. They weren't gonna get like, oh, here's a whole big ass T-bone. Here, you want some forks and knives for that shit? Nah, just fucking rip it off the bone. But they did it mostly to remove the seasonings, because there are some seasonings that aren't good for dogs that we eat.
Yeah.
But the type of dog it is, I'm going to try and butcher it, but it's a Raffaello do Alatango. I don't know. But it's a medium-sized livestock guardian canine. And they usually have a typical life expectancy of the normal dog from 12 to 14 years. So this dog lived over 2 years, or 2 times longer than it should have. So it was born on May 11th of 1992, and it passed away, it doesn't say the exact date, but...
Dude would have been...
Yeah, what's that in dog years? Well, let's see, that would be at least 200, that'd be 217? Because...
Yeah, 217.
Well, plus 4 months,
21.
so what's 7 divided by 4? So that's another 3, so it's like 220 years. In dog years.
God damn.
Dude. Frickin' the queen ain't got nothing on this homeboy. So that...
dog literally fucking owner leaves. It's been 80 years. Literally.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. It's never fun losing a dog. But I mean, you think after that long, you're like, yeah, it sucks, but damn, you got way more out of it than you should have. Way more out of him than you should have. You know what I mean?
Dude, honestly, I'd be happy. I'd be like, he was getting older. Yeah, he was getting older. Jesus Christ, 31 years, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I think it'd give me enough time to prepare. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's not like he just upped and died. It was probably like a few days prior, probably started not doing well. And then finally...
Yeah. I mean, even for 31 years, this dog looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, we don't know how old that photo is, though.
That's true, but usually, like, dogs that are, like, getting up there in age, they start graying fast.
That is true.
But this dog looks...
Yeah, assuming that photo
isn't...
isn't...
Snout.
Yeah, assuming that photo isn't that old. He doesn't look too bad. And it could just be because of the breed, It could be entirely
that true.
So, like, one thing, like for my dog Ruger, he's a German Shepherd. So if I get 12 or 13 years out of him, I'd be happy, because most Germans only lived about 10 to 12 years. Just because larger dogs... I
passed my life expectancy, huh?
What?
You said because only Germans live 10 to 12 years?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just being stupid.
Oh. Well, that's nothing new. So yes, it does have our show does have a name. It's Dillon, Dillon. No wait, Dillqon. Dillon with a Q.
There we go.
But so I'm gonna be happy, and if I get I feel like once I get past 12 years, I'm on borrowed time at that point. Because like I said, most Germans live 10 to 12 years. Just because, well, and that's not just Germans, that's just larger dogs in general. They just don't live as long. It's the same thing as tall people. Taller people don't live as long because the heart's got to work harder because it's got a lot longer distance. It's got to send blood vessels and shit. Or red blood, I'm sorry, not blood vessels, blood cells. So, but, moving on. So, this past week, they started the World Series. Like the actual like not just the playoffs, but the World Series itself. But in the ALCS was between the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros. And in Game 5, I can't remember who it was for the Rangers, hit a home run. And then it could have been it could have been this guy I'm talking about. Well, anyways, the next time he came up to bat, they beamed him. Now, I don't know if it was on purpose or it was an accident, but regardless, the guy was not happy, okay? And the player's name is Adolis Garcia, okay? So in Game 6, it's the top of the 9th inning. The Texas Rangers are leading 5-2, okay? There's one out. Bases are loaded. It's a 1-1 count, okay? Fucking stud, right? Comes up, sitting there waiting for the pitch, and this happens.
Chance for more here. Bases loaded, one gone in the 9th. Stanek's 1-1. On a line, left field and gone.
Smacks a grand slam.
Statement, and the Rangers have their sights set on Game 7.
Hell yeah.
So I was watching.
I don't see it, but you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need to hear. I mean, he didn't just get a hold. I mean, he didn't just send it. I mean, he got a hold of it, dude. It was. No doubt when he smacked it, it was gone. Without a doubt. But it was, what's kind of funny is because this was played in the Astros stadium, Minute Maid Park. And after he hit that, because it was the top of the 9th inning, it went from 5-2 to 9-2. Dude, stadium, or I think then the next two batters for the Rangers came up and they both struck out, or they got out or something. They went to commercial for the middle of the inning, came back. Mm-hmm. Dude, the stadium was empty. Like, everybody's like, all right, this game's over. We're fucking out of here.
Yeah, I would be too.
This shit's done. Unless the Astros come back and the Rangers have a mega meltdown in the bottom of the 9th. But then, so, the Rangers won Game 6, and then they also won Game 7. And then they didn't just win Game 7, they won Game 7. So, they're in the World Series with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
They had Game 1 on Friday, the 27th. It was the bottom of the 9th inning. Okay. The Rangers were down by 2. I believe it was either 5-3 or 4-2. I can't remember. But they were down by 2. First batter comes up, bottom of the order for the Rangers. 9th guy on the batting list.
Yep.
Gets walked. Perfect. Tying runs at the plate. Now, and we're at the top of the order. You have your big hitters up. Well, first guy, he strikes out. Second guy comes up, number 2 on the batting order. First pitch, boom, smacks a homer. Game's tied. And it's being played at the Rangers home park. So the stadium's losing its shit.
Yeah.
So then it goes
freaking out.
Yeah, it goes to extras. Goes to the 10th inning. Nothing happens. Goes to the 11th inning. Top of the 11th. Rangers keep the Diamondbacks at bay. Go to the bottom of the 9th or the 11th inning rather. Adolis Garcia comes up. Man saves the day. Smacks another homer. And if he would have hit that ball, probably, I want to say 30 more feet to the left towards center field, it wouldn't have been a homer. It barely made it over the fence to be a home run. But smacked a homer, single run, solo shot, walk-off home run, win the game. They won. And then for Game 2, the Diamondbacks came back and throttled the Rangers 9-2. It wasn't even close. I mean, had them throttled. Had him covered. So, but I just thought it was funny how they got into this big pissing match in Game 5. And and also too, before Garcia smacked that grand slam, prior in that game he was 0-4, hadn't got on base, hadn't done anything. Comes at the bat, fucking clutch ass hit, boom, gone. So, and you could tell because before he hit the home run, I mean, he was trying so hard to hit a homer. I mean, he was just swinging the bat as hard as he could, not even really trying to make contact with the ball, just trying to, if he were to hit it, just hit it far.
Right.
Well, then finally he was like, okay, settle down. Next pitch, he was a little bit more calm. Boom, gone. But yeah, it was good. So now, Dylan, question for you.
I just hope the Detroit Lions make something Monday. If we lose to the Raiders, I might actually cry.
Especially since you got your ass. Especially since they got their asses handed to them by the Ravens. Yeah, Dylan, what happened? What happened there?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about
also,
it.
what happened?
No, we win some, we lose some. You know, it happens.
Well, but
at least we didn't get blown out by 0-38. It could have been a lot worse. At least we did get a touchdown. But
yeah, but then you missed the extra point.
They just did not show up.
Yeah. Neither did Michigan State against Michigan. Oh.
Michigan State hasn't shown up for the entire year.
But to get thrown
they lost
by
against Rutgers.
To get wrecked by Michigan 49-0.
Youch.
In East Lansing? Yikes, man. Straight
Guess
up.
who's switching to be a Michigan fan? This guy.
Yeah, straight up. That's what that performance was. It was not good.
Yeah, dog water.
Yeah. Yeah, not good.
Anyways, what were your
question for you? Do you have a garbage disposal in your sink? Kitchen sink?
Oh, actually, no, we do not.
Oh, you don't? But obviously you know what a garbage disposal is.
I would hope so, yeah.
For those uncultured fucks out there, what a garbage disposal is, it's something in your sink. It's usually, and there'll be like a light switch style on the switch on the wall. Flick it on, and it has teeth in there that grind shit up to send it down to sink. So, like, if you have food scraps, you don't want to put them in the trash. You could send it down the sink, turn on the garbage disposal, it'll eat it up like a fat kid at a buffet, or that truck driver at the Iowa 80 truck stop buffet, and send it down the sink. Okay? Well, this video was posted on TikTok from a plumbing company in Baltimore, and they were asking these different plumbers of stuff, what would be the worst thing to send down your garbage disposal? And this is what they had to say. Oh, fuck you. Why you gotta be like that? I had it all lined up, and now...
Anything. Chicken bones.
Rice, eggshells, probably eggshells.
Everything.
Rice, anything starchy. Anything starchy.
Food.
What is...
So food. Don't send food down your garbage disposal, folks. That's the worst thing you could do to it. Then what's the point of having it?
It's it's to help clear out small chunk. Like sometimes you'll get some people will pour fucking grease down their drains.
Well, you should never pour grease down your drains.
Right. But what happens is if that grease goes down your tubes and stuff, it can solidify later down in your pipe.
Yeah.
Right, and then you got to call a plumber to come out here and flush it out and shit like that. But,
right.
So a garbage disposal helps break down all that material. But yeah, it's kind of stupid that they're like, don't fucking send food down there. What do you mean don't send food down there?
Right.
Now, we not to call anybody, but we know somebody that put a whole pan of fucking ground hamburger down our garbage disposal. Fucked it all up. Shit you not.
No shit. Now who was that?
Was it? Huh?
Who was that did that?
One of our outside of our household family members.
Okay, I know who it is then.
Who?
I'm not gonna say.
Who do you think it is? It's not who you think it is.
Oh, it's not. Because I was gonna say.
Don't ever talk about them.
I was gonna say your little brother Holden.
No.
Like I said, he's book smart. He's not real street smart though.
But no, it was not him.
Okay.
Another tip, by the way, if you do install your own garbage disposals, on the side there's like this little thing that your hose will hook onto.
Yeah.
There's a little cap in there. It's a plastic cap. Just take a screwdriver or something and a hammer and just lightly tap it out. That way you actually get fucking water in there, because otherwise it's not going to work.
Whenever I use the garbage disposal, I always have the sink on anyways. So there's water going down the drain.
Right. No, but like, so the water can exit. Sorry, not enter.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
The
you should be
hose,
running your
drain
sink when you're
hose and
using the
shit.
garbage disposal anyways. So,
But yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, there's some little advice right there.
Yeah. Well, if you're installing your own garbage disposal, what's the point? Because they just said what's the worst thing you could do to it is send the shit down that you would be putting a garbage disposal in for anyways. You know?
Who puts eggshells in a garbage disposal? I throw that shit away.
Yeah, I do too. The only thing I could guess is if you're like peeling an egg over the sink. You know, like you hard boil an egg and you're peeling it over the sink. That's the only
Right.
thing I could guess. I get the starchiness, the starchy stuff like rice, because obviously rice, it hits water, it expands, and then you could have a problem with that. I understand that.
Potatoes.
But yeah, but like
Or
any
potato
food
skin.
in general, come on. So, anyways, moving on. Now, I don't know if you heard of this. A couple months ago on TikTok, a thing came out about girl math. Do you know what girl math is?
Yeah.
Okay. For you people that don't know what girl math is, since women are simple-minded, they feel like if they pay with something in cash, it's free. Since they didn't use your card. Or if it doesn't make a lot. They explain it to me and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And then they also came out with a thing called girl dinner. Now, I don't know what girl dinner is, so we're going to see what girl dinner is. Oh, I know what girl dinner is. Okay, I remember now. What girl dinner is like if you just really snack.
Yeah.
So rather than actually have a proper fucking meal, I'll just eat a little bit of potato chips, some Cheez-Its, maybe some hummus and some crackers, some meat and cheese, and a water, and that's it. No, you just fucking had hors d'oeuvres. Okay? You didn't eat anything really of substance. You stupid bitch. Like I said, simple-minded fucks out here.
You stupid damn dude.
So,
No
but
fucks
now they got a new thing called girl measuring.
Girl. And
Called girl measuring. Okay? Now, when I first heard of it, my sick-ass brain wouldn't be like, like what? You like measure? Is that what, something with like bras or something like that? Or let me see how big, how deep's a vagina? Oh, I could put a 10-inch cucumber up there. No, you're a whore is what you are, okay? That's what I thought girl measuring was. No, what girl measuring is like, say you want to measure something on the wall, rather than get something called, what is that? A tape measure or a fucking ruler, you'll just put your arm out against the wall, measure it, and then go whatever you need to measure, use your arm as your measuring device. Rather than a proper fucking tool that has been invented, been around for hundreds of years to measure something.
I know we talked about this before because we went to the same tech center and we did construction. Could you imagine going up to our fucking teachers and being like, yeah, I just measured that wall. It's about 4 arm lengths.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Sorry, 4 arm lengths? How long is your arm?
It's this long.
That's about average size.
Just stick it out. It's this long. See?
See, yeah, it's just 4 of these.
Yeah, 4 of these.
Well, because I've seen the meme that like American math is fucked up or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's 17,000 burgers high or something like that. You
Yeah,
know?
because we won't use the metric system. Anything but the metric system. Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, but because apparently using a ruler is just too difficult these days. Shit, now you can even use your fucking phone. On iPhones, they have the measure thing. I don't know how accurate it is, but it could get you within the ballpark. Like, I know one of the examples they were saying was, like, if you wanted to center a picture on a wall, so, like, say you had a wall, you want to center the picture between the two wall, or between, the center of the wall, you could use your arms and then do that to center it. Well, if you can't just eyeball it by, centering something on the wall and eyeballing it, and getting it within the ballpark, pretty close, within a few inches, you might need some glasses. I'm just saying. Because it's not hard to really center something on a wall. Just thinking out loud.
Well, it also depends because it's like, we can say shit like that because we were in construction. Like, I think it's relatively easy for me to center something on anything. Like, oh, this side's a little off, gotta move it over or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm not saying like you center it
I
within.
think that's just due to the construction.
Yeah,
class.
I'm not saying you center with something like, oh, you're a half inch. I'm saying if you have a 20-foot wall, 20-foot wide wall, okay, and you have a 2-foot wide picture, or something you want to put on there, you could get within a couple inches of where the center of it is by just standing back and be like, nah, it needs to go to the left a little bit. No, it needs to go to the right a little bit, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. Nope, I'm going to get my fucking finger out here. Okay, it was 632 middle fingers long from this side.
632 middle fingers long.
All right, and this side's only 562, so I need to move it over this way. No. Meanwhile, there's a fucking tape measure sitting there in the garage or the junk drawer, but we're too fucking lazy. No, we'll use the fucking middle finger and spend 20 minutes measuring with that. Jesus. So, now, moving on. Now, there is, of course, the jokes that some beer tastes like piss water.
Yep.
Okay? How would
Tastes
you...
like straight piss.
You know, or like as the Australian says, just sitting around drinking piss. You know? Play on words there. How would you feel if you found out that you were actually drinking piss out of your beer?
I'd be a little pissed.
It'll be... Shut up. Well, there's a video. Now, this is from China because obviously if that happened in the States, oh boy. There was a man who was caught urinating into a vat of barley used for beer.
Yummy.
Yeah. So I'm just seasoning it, sir.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I don't know why he was walking around in a vat of barley to begin with, but really you couldn't hold it in and go out and have a piss. No, fuck it. Just do it right here in front of a camera too. There was a camera watching the fucking bar. Like, how long have you worked there and have no idea there's a camera? Come on. Good Lord. It's...
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'd find the motherfucker and just beat the shit out of him.
Well, it's one of those things. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I think through the beer making process, any bacteria in it would be killed because it gets hot enough. It's like the same thing of if you're frying, say you work at a fast food restaurant and you're frying and you're with the fryers, you could put raw potatoes or onion rings into a fry basket and fry it because that oil's at 350 or 400 degrees. Trust me, whatever was on your fingers, bacteria-wise, ain't making it through that bath of boiling ass oil, all right? So that's not a big deal. But still, it's like, your beer might taste like piss, but don't actually make it taste like piss by using your own piss.
Christ.
Yeah. No, maybe it was Bear Grylls' brother. Oh, I can't have any water. Guess I have to drink my own piss.
Gotta drink my own piss.
I have to drink my own piss. Yeah. That's just some people. So, earlier this week, on Interstate 55 in Louisiana, there was what they called super fog, which would just be, to anybody else, a really foggy event.
Okay, all right, because I also had the story up in front of me. I am not gonna lie, I misread that. I thought it said Louisiana super frog pileup. I was like, are you kidding me? 8 people died and 63 injured over frogs?
I'm not going to lie. I thought it said super frogs too, and I was like, what? No, super fog. So,
Fog, gotcha.
because of it, there was a 158 car pileup on Interstate 55.
God damn.
Unfortunately, 8 people died because of it. Because, I mean, we've had in Michigan, I want to say it was 10, no, it wasn't 10 years ago. At least 5. Yeah, I want to say 5 years ago. There was a 196 or 5, somewhere nearly 200 car pileup on I-94. And I think only like 1 person died. And you see this and 8 people died. Well, that's just because in the wintertime, people aren't usually doing 80. So it's a lot lower speed impacts for vehicles rather than somebody getting ass backed at like 80 miles an hour. So, but they said it were... obviously, they shut down the highway on both sides, and it caused an 11-mile backup because of the
Oh.
accident. Yeah. Whoops. Because it was between two exits that were fairly far apart, it required them to close a 24-mile long section of the interstate.
Damn.
That's wild.
That
and-
is wild.
Yeah. They said, unfortunately, 8 people died because of it, and Lord knows how many were injured as well. But yeah, that's pretty nutty. I mean, that just shows you when you can't see more than, I don't know, 6 inches in front of your vehicle, maybe don't do 80. Just thinking out loud. Probably not the best thing to do.
Right.
But hey, man, you do you. As long as you don't take me out with you. So, speaking of taking you out with me, I'm gonna go out on a fairly good limb here, Dylan, and say you've never paid for a prostitute.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
And
okay.
even if I did, I wouldn't say that I have.
I figured as much. Okay. Now,
But no, I haven't. I promise I haven't. Never. No.
Okay. A man from it doesn't say exactly where this is at, but is accused of attempting to hire a prostitute. Okay? It's not that unheard of, by you know what I mean? It's not like it could be totally out of the realm of possibility. But he didn't just do it for himself. He also did it for his miniature horse. So, I don't know if that means he's hung like a horse or the horse is hung like a horse. But either way, the prostitute was going down with somebody who's hung like a horse. He was arrested on August 17th and released on $1,000 bail as he awaits his initial arraignment for first-degree attempted animal cruelty and 1 count of patronizing a prostitute, per court documents. He allegedly offered to pay $440 to a person to travel to Longview to touch him in his miniature horse sexually. Hey man, there's probably not a lot of miniature horses around. He wants to have a good jack
Oh
into.
my god! I'm sorry. That's funny. Here, I'll give you $400 if you touch me and my miniature horse sexually. Like, excuse me, what?
According to the report, the dude said to the potential prostitute he was having a difficult time finding a willing participant to join him, as the last 2 gals I asked said it was noticeably outside their comfort zone. Yeah, I fucking wonder why.
Yeah.
What was
who
your first
knows?
guess?
Man, sounds like a mystery for the fucking Mystery Inc. and Scooby Gang. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Think about, you call this prostitute, hey honey, what you want to do? Oh, I just want to know, a little hand job. Oh, okay, but not just for me. Oh, we're gonna have, your best friend or your wife? No, I want it for my horse. I'm sorry, what? I want it for my horse.
No. He definitely was like, when she was like, oh, so are you inviting your friend too? It's gonna cost you extra. Yeah, he's kind of my friend. I know him.
Yeah,
He
I know.
seems like a cool dude.
He's hung like a
Fucking
horse.
shows up. It's a miniature horse.
So who's riding who?
Yeah, exactly.
sorry.
Who's riding who?
Yeah.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy,
cowboy.
or both if you want.
Yeah. That's it.
Dude,
Like I said, the best part.
people,
It's,
man.
I wonder why they won't come hang out with me and my horse. Yeah, I wonder fucking why.
Yeah, honestly, holy shit.
Holy shit. Fuck me. So, that's all we got for the that's all we got for the weekly
shit.
stupid report. So let's roll on to some of what's your facts of the week there, Dylan?
Facts of the week.
Or fact.
I am
Fact
so
or facts?
glad you asked.
Oh, are you? Now he's gonna stall
no,
because he
actually,
forgot
I do
he
want
had
to
him.
debate this one because not like for very long. I believe it's wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
So we have a possible.
Not this one.
we have a possible.
first one.
So what you're saying is we might roll this into a possible master debater section, or segment.
Well, not a debater section, but like a lookup thing.
Oh, okay.
The blob
Oops,
of
sorry.
toothpaste on a toothbrush has a name.
I'm sorry. The what?
The blob of toothpaste on a toothbrush has a name.
Oh, so they okay.
It's called a nurdle. And there was once a lawsuit over which toothpaste company had the right to portray it.
I have never heard of that before in my life.
Neither have I. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, a nurdle, huh? Shit. New favorite word. All right, this is the one.
That
The
sounds
Eiffel
dirty.
Tower.
No, man, I swear I'm just talking about my toothpaste. I promise.
The Eiffel Tower was originally intended for Barcelona. The Spanish city thought it was too ugly, so Gustave Eiffel pitched it to Paris instead. French critics weren't too thrilled either. But it's one of the most famous landmarks in the world today. I believe this is wrong. If I'm not mistaken, Gustave Eiffel actually, it might be right. I don't know. But Gustave Eiffel had the Eiffel Tower drawn up, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a competition for the World's Fair. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, the world's
They had 3 of them.
Yeah.
One in Chicago. I forgot where the third one was, but then one in Paris.
Seattle.
Seattle. And then one in Paris.
Yeah.
Well, in Paris, they wanted to change it up, and then they're like, we want to have an attraction for people to show up, and it has to be built within a certain time frame and all that stuff. Well, Gustave Eiffel was like, how about the Eiffel Tower? It's simple, it's easy, we can get it put up, and we can take it down just as fast. Well, and it is true, a lot of French government officials were like, no, it's kind of boring, it's lackluster, whatever. But then one of the government officials was like, you know what? I actually like this. We could decorate how we wanted or something like that or whatever. So they agreed to have it built and stuff. I believe it took them 29 days to build.
Well, it's because it's a very simple design. Like you
That,
said, it was meant to
just
be,
rivets and stuff. So they're like, you know.
Yeah, like you said, it was
Simple,
meant to just be
stuff.
easily thrown up and then taken back down.
But yeah, they threw it up and then they were like, yeah, we're just gonna. The dude kept he had the permission to keep it up for 7 years, I believe, and then
Okay.
he just kept renewing it. And then Paris was like, well, it's a landmark now, so we're gonna have to keep it up.
So I'm looking up. I mean, I looked it up and I saw something saying that it was intended for Barcelona, but I can only find one source, so that could be true. What was your source for that?
My source, I'm glad you asked that because we were literally just talking about this yesterday. The history podcast, History Daily, is
Okay.
where I actually got that.
Okay,
from.
because when I looked it up, it came up from Reader's Digest said it too. But I went to the website for.
Oh, are you for the facts?
Yeah,
Or for
just so-
Cosmopolitan.
Oh, that's where you got the fact from.
The fact that it was intended for Barcelona.
Oh,
But
okay.
what I just spewed on about for like a minute or so.
No,
about
yeah, I meant
was
the
from History
Barcelona
Daily.
fact. What I saw is maybe, but it wasn't like it was something that was on every single article or link on the Google search.
Right.
So we'll say yes, but if it could be different, I'm not gonna stamp my seal of approval on it.
Right.
I mean,
Neither am
I know something like the Statue of Liberty wasn't actually intended for America. I'm
Nope.
sorry, it was. I know it was built in France. As maybe it was always intended for America.
No. They were gonna build something else for a different country. I can't remember what it was. But they said no, and then their second choice was the Statue of Liberty for America.
Yeah, which they were saying, which was more as a thank you for America helping out the French.
Yeah,
In one of the
yeah.
wars. So, which was funny because the French helped us out in the Revolutionary War because we were against the Brits, and obviously the French and the Brits don't tend to like each other. So,
They don't like each other? What?
I know, shocking, right? So, but that interesting, Dylan. Interesting. That's all you got.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Just 2 facts this week.
Pretty neat. All right, so let's move on to our. We haven't done this in the last couple episodes, mostly because we haven't found a good one. But I found this on the old Reddit One Job subreddit,
I saw this. This is pretty funny.
and the only reason I did it is because that dog, the longest living dog ever, died. There's a cookbook that says cooking for your, or it says cooking your dog, Now, obviously, it's meant to be cooking for your dog, but they stuck the price label or barcode over top the word for, so it says cooking your dog. Tasty, healthy, and safe recipes.
Whoever put that barcode there knew exactly what they were doing.
Which, if you're just going to have a cooking book called Cooking Your Dog, just get a Chinese food recipe book. Why go through all the effort of making a separate book for cooking your dog? That seems like a lot of work. But okay, and another thing, who's making gourmet ass moods or meals for their dog? Who are these people? Dogs are just fine eating the same shit kibble every day, twice a day. Oh, chicken again? Sweet.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Yeah. Chicken and rice for the 68,000th time on the road? Hell yeah. That shit's my jam. I'm sorry, cooking your dog. That's funny. Like you said, whoever
That's
put
great.
that there knew exactly what they were doing.
Cooking your dog.
Because it wasn't like the barcode's on there sideways. I mean, it completely covers the word for. Completely covers it. You can't see any of the word. So that's funny. I don't care who you is. That's funny right there.
That's funny shit right there.
Yeah. So now
And now for something completely different.
we're gonna do some trivia. All right. And so last week on our trivia, I did for Dillon. It was Marvel trivia, and you did what? 6 out of 10? 7 out of 10? I think 6 out of 10.
I thought it was 6 out of 9.
It was 10.
Oh yeah, 10. 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Damn.
Okay. So
That's because a lot of stuff that I should have got, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, like-
Wolverine's real name. Is
yeah, and
actually
you changed
James
it when
Howlett,
I
but-
read it again. You did change it.
But it don't count because I didn't say it in the beginning.
You didn't say it right the first time. Like I said, that don't matter. So this week,
Mustard or ketchup?
this week, because Dillon is an at least when it comes to movie wise, avid Batman fan, and so I put together some trivia. Sorry, I'm moving some stuff around. Trivia about 10 questions about Batman, and they are all about the movies. None of them are about the comics, at least that I know of. There could be one that relates to the comics, and I just don't know. I looked up a thing about Batman questions, so for this, I changed it. Last week we did 90 seconds. This week we're doing 69 seconds. Oh wait, hold on, I messed that up already. We're doing 69 seconds of hell about Batman. You'll have
Nice.
You'll have 69 seconds to answer. I'll start the timer once I get done reading the last question. The timer will start. We'll go through all 10. If you want to pass, you can pass. We'll come back to it. Okay? You can only pass
And I
once.
get one pass, right?
You get one pass per question. Correct.
All right.
So, Dillon, are you ready?
I am ready.
Ready for some Batman question. It will begin in 3, 2, 1. What is Batman's nickname?
Batman's nickname?
Yes.
The Bat, I guess.
What Batman movie grossed the most at the box office?
The Dark Knight.
Can you be more specific?
The more specific, The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan's 2008.
Okay.
I don't think it's The Dark
Who
Knight
portrayed
Rises.
Bruce Wayne in 2005 Batman Begins?
Huh?
Who portrayed Bruce Wayne in 2005 Batman?
Christian Bale.
Who directed Batman in 1989 and Batman Returns in 1992?
Tim motherfucking Burton.
True or false? Heath Ledger won an Academy Award for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight.
I believe that is true posthumously.
Who is Batgirl related to?
Jim Gordon.
What was the Batmobile called in the 2012's The Dark Knight Rises?
The Tumbler.
Who is known as Little Miss Crown Princess?
Little Miss Crown Princess. Harley Quinn?
Who played the Joker in 1989's Batman?
1989, Jack Nicholson.
Okay, I'll give that one to you, but you missed one. We only got 9 out of the 10.
Fuck, I missed one?
Yes, we'll come back to what the last one is. So you're not getting 10 out of 10. We know that much.
Damn.
So your first one was, what is Batman's nickname? And you answered the Bat, which is incorrect. The answer is the Caped Crusader.
Cape Crusader. God damn it.
You're 0 for 1 right now. What Batman movie grossed the most at the box office? You said The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Technically, that's wrong. That's why I said, could you be more specific? Because it was actually The Dark Knight Rises.
Really?
Yes, barely.
Oh.
It's The Dark Knight is actually second, but The Dark Knight
Damn.
Rises actually grossed more than.
I didn't think it would have.
Yes.
I mean, considering a lot of people were skeptical about Heath Ledger, and I was 8 at the time, so I didn't know who Heath Ledger was, and I watched it. I was like, this shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that.
So you're 0 for 2. Who portrayed Bruce Wayne in 2005 Batman Begins? You said Christian Bale. Christian Bale is correct. 1 for
Yes,
2
sir.
or 1 for 3. Who directed 1989's Batman and 1992's Batman Returns? And you said my motherfucker or Tim motherfucking Burton. I'll give it
Yep.
to you because his middle name's not motherfucking, but that was pretty good. So you're batting 500. You're 2 for 4. True or false? Heath Ledger won an Academy Award for his role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. You said true. That is correct. 3 for 5.
Posthumously, too.
Yes. Who is Batgirl related to? And you said Jim. You said
Jim Gordon.
Yeah, you said Jim Gordon, which
It's technically James Gordon, but that's his nickname.
That's why it was okay. Who does James Gordon play? Well, regardless, you're wrong. It's Alfred.
What?
It says Batgirl is related to Alfred. She is Alfred's niece.
Hold on there.
It's what it
Are we
says.
talking about?
In fact, I actually
I
read the
swear to
question
God.
wrong. I actually said who is Batgirl related to? The question I actually had is how is Batgirl related to Alfred? So,
Oh, how is Bat? Oh,
but you said
from
from
Batman and Robin?
What? I'm just going by
I'm guessing.
the shit I looked up, okay, Dylan?
Well, it's obviously fucking wrong, but
Is it now? Look it up. Who is Batgirl related to?
hang on.
While you look that up, I'll continue on because right now you're only 3 for 3. Or 3 for 6, rather. What was the Batmobile called in 2012's The Dark Knight Rises? You said the Tumbler right away confidently, and that is correct.
God damn it.
Am I right?
And the 1997 Batman and Robin movie, it is Barbara Wilson, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that was right.
Almost like I just didn't pull that shit out of my ass.
But in the comics and every other fucking iteration of Batgirl, it is Barbara Gordon, James Gordon's daughter. Just FYI.
Okay. I wasn't going off of the
It
comics.
is James
I was going
Gordon's
off
daughter.
the movie.
I just want you to know that.
I was
They
going
just-
off the movie. Movies.
Yeah, off the movies.
Well, because like one
there are a
question
bunch
I
of
was
jerk-offs in
one
there.
question I was going to do was what is Robin's name, real name, and there's
Dick
like
Grayson.
yeah, but there's like 3 different names that he has because it's changed, and so I'm like, well, I don't want I won't do that.
There's actually 4 now. There's Dick
whatever.
Grayson.
There's more
Jason
than
Todd,
fucking one. It's like they didn't settle on one. Is what I'm getting at. There's
Tim
more
Drake,
than one.
and then Damian Wayne.
Yeah. So, regardless, you're 4 for 7 right now. You're not looking too good. Who is known as Little Miss Crown Princess? You mulled over it for quite a while, and then you settled on Harley Quinn.
I don't know who this is.
Well, you guessed right, because Harley Quinn is the correct answer. 5 for 8.
Makes sense because the Prince of Crime is the Joker.
Speaking of the Joker, who played the Joker in 1989's Batman? Now, technically, you answered after the buzzer, but there was some dead air in there. So I gave it to you, and you said Jack Nicholson, which is correct. Now, so you're going to finish off 6 for 10 like last week because you didn't get to question number 10. But if you were to guess question number 10, what would be your answer? Who breaks Batman's back?
Bane.
That is correct. But it doesn't matter because you ran out of time. And I think even if I wouldn't have had the dead air in there, it probably wouldn't have mattered. Well, you would have at most gotten 7 out of 10. So.
Would have been done better than last week.
Barely.
Yeah, by 1, but
Yeah.
it's still better.
Meh. Yeah.
Damn, that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah,
because,
from this guy, like, oh, if you ask me, Batman, you are fucked. You are fucked. Yeah, or am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really showed me, Dillon. You really showed me. You
Well,
really...
there was a trick question there. They were like, what's, I didn't know in the fucking Batman and Robin movie that's Alfred's niece. That's because I haven't watched it in forever, but
It's not my fault.
I don't plan on watching it because it's a fucking garbage ass movie.
Now, whose fault? Now, that's not my fault. That's not a trick question. I actually said the question wrong. I read the question wrong because I'm garbage.
So I should get that one because of misreading.
No, because you still got it wrong. Per the movies, you still got it wrong. So no, you will not get it.
Fuck Batman and Robin. That's dude. This is stupid. Ugh.
I don't care what you think. You know how many questions I went through, and I'm like, nah, it's too easy. Nah, it's too easy. Nah, it's too easy. All right, fine. I'll throw a fucking softball in there, like the Tim Burton one. I knew you would get that one. I knew you would get anything that was probably related to the Dark Knight. You'd get it, so that's why I only put one question in there about it. Besides the box office one doesn't count because that was just the answer was the Dark Knight Rises. That wasn't a question directly.
That's actually surprising to me. I did not know that.
Like I said, it's not by a lot. It's not by much over the first Dark Knight movie. Let's see, highest grossing Batman movie. Let's see, Nope, I don't want that. I don't want the domestic. I want global. Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises. Give me the list. Grossed $1.082 billion at the box office. The Dark Knight grossed $1.006 billion at the box office. So they were close, but globally, The Dark Knight Rises grossed more. And so that's why I said, when you said The Dark Knight, I'm like, I almost wrote it. I almost thought about it. I was like, I'll throw a salt. I was like, be more specific. And then you said 2008. And I was like, okay, he does mean the first one, which is wrong. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So, but anyways.
But we all know the superior Batman movie, The Dark Knight.
What was wrong with The Dark Knight Rises?
Nothing wrong with it. Just The Dark Knight's way better.
Oh. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker. Oh, was he? Couldn't fucking tell.
Why so serious? I love that scene where he's like, where all of a sudden like stops, like, why so serious? And then he fucking destroys that one guy.
Yeah, dude. When I first watched it, it scared the shit out of me, that noise. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting it. Fun fact about that movie. Yes, that's right. You're getting a third fact in here.
Oh!
Heath Ledger, the reason why Joker licks his lips all the time, it's actually to keep the prosthetics on his face.
Really?
Yep. So he made it part of Joker's tick to
I didn't know
smack up his lips.
That's pretty neat.
Also, Christopher Nolan did the biggest practical effect in that movie, flipping the semi.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's a well-known fact that he did that.
But if you didn't know that, you know it now.
Yeah.
So,
well, and Christopher Nolan's known for doing practical effects rather than just having everything done with CGI.
Yeah.
So, which is nice because at least now it's kind of hard to tell sometimes between CGI and practical effects because they've gotten really good at CGI if they have a good amount of time to do it. If it's a rush job, it looks like shit.
Thank you. Because I'm gonna bash on the MCU here real quick. What the fuck, Disney?
That's because Disney's a bunch of
the actual
fuckheads.
fuck.
They're just trying to pump out Marvel movies because they know stupid fucks like you will go
What?
pay money and it'll break even and make money.
No, I won't. No, I don't.
Well, there's enough of you that have stopped doing it because, well, anybody who's watched the latest Star Wars movies knows exactly what I'm talking about. All hot garbage. Hot garbage. So,
Unfortunately.
yeah. So, the show is actually going along quite quick. So, but this I think will take some time. So so I've said before, I'm an over-the-road truck driver. Driving around, you have a lot of time to think. Because I mean, if you're just driving down the highway, cruise is set at 75. There's not heavy traffic. You're just listening to the radio or music or whatever you're doing. Hopefully, listen to our podcast. Got time to think, and sometimes, I mean, my mind goes to some weird places. Like, for instance, this is a new segment called Trucker Thoughts with Colton. Play on words with shower thoughts because you have some thoughts in the showers. This one is thoughts while you're driving. So my first one is, how would two germaphobes have sex? Because they don't like germs.
Hand sanitizer is a lube.
Yeah, but I mean, how would they do it? Because you can't touch each other because that'd be icky. None of that. So how would they have sex?
Or would they actually be comfortable doing it because they know they take care of themselves?
There is that. That
They
is
wouldn't
true.
have any germs.
Entirely true. But still, I mean, you could do or rub your hand with hand sanitizer in front of a germaphobe, and they still wouldn't be. Oh, how the hell are you doing there, big guy? You know. So, but along the same lines as that, how do they do R&D testing on condoms? Is it just like two people, Larry and Phyllis, in the back room, just shagging constantly with different types of condoms and testing them out?
Oh man.
You know what I mean? How do you do R&D on that? Do you? I mean, I get you could stretch out.
Hey, go rub one out in this condom for us.
Yeah,
You
right.
fucking
See how
blow your
it
load in
works.
it.
See how it works. Oh, the latex isn't strong enough. We need stronger latex. How about this one? Can people with bigger noses smell better than other people? So does that mean the Jewish have a leg up on everyone else?
Hey, that's a stereotype, man. We don't do stereotypes here. Oh man.
Kiss
I'm
my
just
ass, it'll be
playing.
stereotype. But you know what? They see people about with big feet. You know. So if they have a big nose, I mean, they could smell better. Could sniff out a rat in the mafia. If the mafia want to sniff out rats, they just got people with big noses. They can smell better. How about this one? How bad must something have to taste for a dog not to eat it? Considering dogs will eat literal shit off the ground.
You know what? That's true. That is true.
I mean, like compared to humans,
That's a great question.
Yeah, compared
How
to
bad
humans-
does something have to be?
yeah, compared to humans, dogs don't have as many taste buds as us. That's why they can eat chicken and rice, 68,000 times to be fine.
Some gourmet shit.
Yeah, but I mean, how bad does it have to taste for them not to eat it? And it could not be a taste thing. It could also be like, I know a lot of people say they don't like something, and it's not off a taste, it's off a texture. They don't like the texture. It could be that, but if it's off a taste, what do you mean you don't like? You just ate a freaking cat turd covered in litter 2 minutes ago off the ground like it was nothing.
Fucking tastes like cat treats and mint.
Yeah. But you won't eat this that I made you for dinner. You won't eat that.
Cat turd crunch.
Yeah. It'll tear the roof of your mouth to shreds.
Oh shit.
If a landslide is considered an act of God, would a landslide into a river be considered a goddamn?
That reminds me of the Beavis and Butthead.
Well, that's
thing.
where I thought of the Beavis and Butthead thing. Was, is this a goddamn?
Is this a goddamn?
That's what I thought. But if a landslide's an act of God, if it blocks a river, would that be a goddamn? How about this one?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It is a goddamn. Literally.
How about this one? Why is it sometimes when I wipe my ass, it can take like 2 wipes, but another time it takes a whole fucking roll? What's up with that?
What is up with that? You know, what are you so mad about? The fact that I have to go through a fucking entire roll just get my ass clean.
Yeah, I just had diarrhea. Fucking, let's say you had diarrhea last week, right? 4 or 5 wipe. Oh, she's clean, good to go. You drop a solid one, you're sitting there for fucking 3 hours rubbing your asshole raw. Because apparently you're scraping shit off the next shit.
Starting to smell like raw asshole in here.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Speaking of toilet paper, how do they roll it up so neatly? Have you ever tried to roll? Say, like, you rip off toilet paper and then, like, more of it rolls out, and so you go to roll it back and it's all fucked up. How do they roll it up so neatly? How do they do that?
Actually really good. I'm enjoying these quite a bit.
How about this? How do they know how long to make the rope for the first bungee jump? Do they just, I mean, I'm sure it's probably a mathematical equation now, but before, how do you do it? You just throw some guy on there and then hope it's long enough? Like, all right, best of luck, man. Hopefully she's not too long. This last one I got.
Well, I would imagine they started out shorter and then went longer.
Went longer and longer, yeah. But you got to take into effect how much is that going to stretch? Because, obviously you don't want a rope because you just fucking cut yourself in half.
Then you're just fucking lynching somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, with a lot of extra work. Obviously, so like I said, you want the elastic, like, rubber band effect to it. But you got to, at what point do you, like, okay, well, this guy's only 150 pounds. This fat fuck over here is, like, batting 400. He's going to be, playing patty cake with the ground.
Could you imagine, like, being a bigger dude? Yeah, playing patty cake with the ground, fucking jumps off and it just gets, like, right to the water and it just snaps off. Dude, that'd be a hell of a fucking whiplash thing.
No,
like,
it goes down and then it starts stretching, but it just keeps going. It doesn't ever elastic back. It just keeps going.
Takes a bridge out with him.
Yeah, right, taking down the house. Yeah, a new form of wrecking ball.
Yeah, we got Jimmy out here with the wrecking ball today.
Yeah.
And the wrecking ball's name is Gary.
Gary the fat fuck.
Gave your fucking wrecking ball a name. Dude rolls up with a fucking big ass dude on the end. Hi, my name's Gary.
It's a
wrecking ball.
It's a chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah. This last one is okay. So you know how it's not as common. Most say, like, for instance, around Michigan, it's deer season now, and in fact, in about a little over 2 weeks, it'll be gun season. Right now, it's just arrow. You can only use bow and arrow or crossbow. Most times, deer only have one baby. They do have two. And if you have a boy and a girl, say they both grow up and then eventually they go their separate ways. How often does a brother and sister actually shag in the wild? Because how do they know their brother and sister?
By their smell.
Do they, though? Because I've seen dogs have no problem humping their brothers or sisters. That's fine.
A deer will actually go out of its... I believe this is true. Don't quote me on it, but I believe a deer will actually go out of its way to go as far as away from its family as it can.
Okay.
So, they don't get the incestual gene pool rolling.
Yeah, but it's had to have happened. Like, what's the ratio of that happening?
Oh, yeah, and then when it comes out with a leg on its forehead, obviously they're like, oh.
Well, now it's not a deer, it's a fucking unicorn. Come on now.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah. So, that's all I got for that, unless you have any that you've thought of.
No, no, I have not. It's funny.
Yeah. So, well, this one's actually pretty short. We're only batting an hour and an hour and 13 minutes. So we're gonna finish off with a story.
Cruised off.
Yeah, we're gonna finish off with a story. It's a story that Dillon's gonna tell. It's been going on for the last 6 months.
Oh yeah, this guy.
So, Dillon,
I'm not gonna name any names just in case.
Let's start from the beginning.
The beginning. So
that's
my
usually
car
a good start.
Is
usually a good time.
So I have a 2017 Ford Escape
Escape.
SE. That's the SE model.
Base model. Doesn't matter, but yes.
It's not the best base model. The S is the base model. I got the SE version.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
Thank
matter
you very
what model.
much.
It doesn't
Thank
matter
you
what.
very
It
much.
doesn't matter what trim level it is.
No,
That's-
it doesn't fucking matter, really. Honestly.
You have a Ford Escape. That's all that matters.
Yep. So I've had this issue for a while. Like my check engine light, it did it a year before. My check engine light came on, and it kind of bogged down. But then it clicked off, and then it was totally fine after that. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I don't have the money right now. So a year later, sorry, check engine light comes back on, and now I'm a little worried because I'm like, okay, this is the second time it's ever came back on. What's wrong with it? Well, then the bogging down was getting real fucking bad, and I mean it was terrible. For an example, the week before I actually called somebody to come out and look at it, that Monday, stopped at a stoplight and it went doo 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 doo, like it was chugging, and then I hit gas and it was totally fine, and then I started stopping again, engine shut off. So then I had to I was cruising into a parking lot, and every time I was starting this motherfucker up, trying to get it to go, shit like that. I think there's a few issues that it could be, but I'm not going to know until I bring it in to actually somebody for somebody to come and look at it.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. So this is where the problems start. I call this dude, okay? It got recommended to me to check this dude out. I was like, whatever, my last chance. Hopefully he's cheap, whatever. Comes out, looks at me and tells me, I know exactly what's wrong with it. It's this, this, and this, and this. Right? This should clear it up. Should be fine. Does whatever. Leaves. About a month later, okay, he's like, let me know when you're ready to get, my spark plugs need to be changed, so he was going to do that. I was like, cool, just change those, whatever, be good to go. So he's like, the thing that I did, it'll only last a month, so, just be ready. Literally, 29th day, I kept track of this. 29th day, it did exactly what it did. It's been going on for... First time I've started my car without putting gas in it, and it started up right away. When I put gas in it, it was just like, and then I'd have to push the gas pedal down, do that little trick, and get it started.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is he fixed it and it stopped doing it for 29 days.
29 days.
Which is
almost exactly a month, because he was right.
He said it only lasts about a month. Okay.
This has given me hope for the future. I have the hope right in front of my hand, right here.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back. He's like, got your spark plugs? Whatever. I think he got the wrong spark plugs, personally. Whatever, not that big of a deal. Just go back, get them where you got it from, come back, whatever. So anyways, he comes back. Now, listen very carefully when I say this, because this is going to come into play later. Okay?
Mm. Well, not for me. I've already know where this goes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
On my car, there is a water protector on the end of my windshield. It's like a seal, basically. Just think of it as a big seal. Okay? And it sticks out. Well, in order to get to my spark plugs, because they're in the back of my engine bay, he removed it. And I happened to notice that there was caulk underneath of it. Okay? Not a big issue. He puts it back. All right, cool. I think we're good to go. Because he didn't change it. He couldn't change it. Puts my old spark plugs back in, whatever. Drives away, we reschedule. Comes back the next week. Okay? Now, I've had this issue. It stormed. Okay? It stormed. He comes back, opens my hood, lifts the core pack out, looks at it, and he's like, there was moisture that got in here. Huh? Moisture got in there? Did you... Now, he asked me if I worked on my car, and I'll say this as well. I do not feel comfortable working in my engine whatsoever, unless it's changing my oil. Changing my oil, doing my brakes, rotors, whatever. Colton, you help me with that. Thank you.
Yep.
That I do not have an issue with that. That is easy work, totally easy to do.
Easy.
Yeah, easy.
No, I'm laughing because when we did your brakes, it was a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was funny. That's a good story to tell another time too.
Yeah.
But so, he's talking to me about this, and I'm like, no, I know I've said this to you before. Don't feel comfortable with it. And he's like, well, how's that going to get in there? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. And I'm starting to think, I'm like, okay, I made sure not to open my hood in the rain, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. The only thing I can think of is when it stormed, the water may have dripped down and got into it somehow. Okay. Now, here's another thing. He shows up that day, right, to check it. This is before he even opens my hood. And he starts telling me about this thing he's in. He's like, yeah, I'm in a lawsuit right now with this, with one of my customers because they brought in this car and there was a head gasket on it and it was cracked, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Change
he
the head
asked the dude
gasket.
if he had worked on his car, and he's like, no, your guys must have done this and stuff. Well, his mechanics, because he owns he's a manager of a shop too, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not really too keen on knowing his personal life, but he's like, yeah, one of my employees looked at the car and said that it was already cracked, so obviously he must have worked on it. Or it just happened to crack, whatever, dude. So he was saying that he was in a big lawsuit with this thing and shit like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. Which, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about all these times that this has happened, it just gets better and better.
That should have been a red flag.
That was already at a red flag. I'm like, this dude, A, hasn't changed my spark plugs yet. Now I have to wait for another set of parts to come in. Now, when he arrived for my spark plugs, I gave him $300 as a down payment. And I was going to pay him the rest when he came back to finish it off. I think it was like an extra like $70 or something like that.
Yeah.
So now this is where the fuckery begins. Shows up. Okay. Actually, take that back. He doesn't show up again.
So wait, stop. How far along are we in this process?
So now, okay, the beginning of this happened in May.
May of
Now
of 23.
of 23.
Okay, and we're in now.
Now we are in around August area.
Okay, so this has been going
Because
on
he's-
for 4 months.
Yeah, now it has, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, when are you coming out and stuff like that? And he's like, oh, I'll be there next Tuesday. Next Tuesday shows up. He's not there. I text him. I'm like, all right, dude, come on. I'm waiting for my parts here. Or I'm waiting for you to show up. So I get pissed. Obviously, you're going to get pissed if somebody doesn't do this shit for you after you've paid them $300 for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I, text him again. I'm just like, dude, I'm just going to go through a garage. I'm done. You're not doing this. You're not whatever. And he has the audacity to be like, if it wasn't for you getting moisture into your engine block, we wouldn't have this issue. And I'll send the parts if you want to, and yada, yada, yada. Well, at this point, I had figured out what actually had happened with the moisture in my engine bay. That seal, when he placed it back, because it was not caulked down, there was gaps in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I have not touched this seal from before or since then. So the only time the seal has ever been touched was when I got my windshield replaced the year prior because it was cracked and I needed to get it fixed. So obviously, by the way, Action Glass, great guys over there. They're awesome. Got my shit done. Anyways, but they had put that seal back, right? Caulked it down, whatever. So I sent him that. I sent him the 3 photos, and I was like, it was actually you that did this, not me. And he's like, well. And that was all he said. I'm like, dude, this fucking dude. Right? Now I'm getting pissed. He's like, and then I told him, just send the parts to me. Just send them to me. I'm done with it. I want to get it done with. I'll do it my fucking self if I have to. I don't care. He's like, all right, we'll send it to you, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fine, good. 3 weeks I waited for this. 3 weeks. Texted him each day. Am I getting my parts today? Am I getting my parts today? Am I getting my parts today? Have you heard anything? He calls me. Sorry, UPS has the parts on a truck and blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You know, bullshit excuses. Now, UPS was on a strike at this point, and I did not know this. My mom told me, and I was like, oh, okay. Whatever happens, shit happens. So then I was a little forgiving. I was like, all right. So, now I haven't gotten my parts for 3 weeks. At this point, now it's, we were in the beginning of August when I wanted my parts. Now we're close to the end of August, and I said, you know what, dude? Just give me my money back. Just give me the $300 back that I gave you, and don't ever call me again. Don't ever bother me again, whatever, right? Well, this dude has the audacity to be like, well, because I was actually talking to his office assistant or whoever, who was really chill, by the way. But they were like, you know, I'll see if Mrs., you know, his wife or whatever, will approve that refund. So I get my refund of $45 back. $45 back for fucking, out of the $300 that I gave you? No, hell no. So then I texted this person, this office assistant. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work for me. I need another 200 and, what is it?
55.
$55? Where's that going? I got pissed too. I was like, I don't understand. And then the dude that owns it was like, you need to contact me immediately. And the girl that I was actually talking to didn't know about this until I said something about it. And I'm like, really? Fucking really, dude. All right, cool. It's like, fine, whatever. Dude calls me, gives me 3 options. Option 1, he's like, this is the option that a lot of people take. Now, it's interesting that I say, anyways, I'll tell you the options, and then I'll tell you what he said, and then why that is actually hilarious. Option 1, okay, he does my car for free, and we forget all about it. And then I can't go anywhere other than 6 months and shit like that. I can't do anything, and then I have to talk good and about how I was satisfied on my social media, okay? All right, dude, just get my car fixed. That's all I wanted. That's what I've been wanting. Whatever. Now, I technically had to go into a contract, but there's one term to it. One term. And he didn't say he stopped recording either. And it doesn't specify what it is, but to put a nice little bow on this, he said that I'd have to, it's implied that I would have to do this after he got done fixing my vehicle. On the Tuesday after we had this chat, right at 4:30 p.m., that was the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Guess what? Next Tuesday shows up, 4:30. Doesn't show. Guess what? That's breach of contract from you, my guy. I'm not worried about my side anymore. Fuck you. Fuck your contract. Whatever. Kiss my ass. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm actually fucking pissed. So not only are you wasting my time by doing all this shit and stuff. So that's the first option. Okay, and that was the aftermath of the first option. Second option, it goes into a legal battle between us. Right? he takes me to court over the part costs and stuff that were stuck on UPS trucks that weren't even my fault, so he doesn't have a case there.
Well, he claims it's stuck on a UPS truck.
Yeah.
He's got what you would ask there would be, can you show me proof that it's stuck on a UPS truck? Give me the tracking number for these parts to prove that it's stuck on a UPS truck or stuck somewhere at a UPS distribution facility.
Exactly.
And if they don't give you that, then you know something's really up. As if something's not already up by this point. But
and then he sprinkled in there a little bit of harassment charges. What are you going to charge me harassment for? Because I asked you about when my parts were going to show up, and then I threatened you twice with leaving you as a paying customer to just do it on my own, to get it fixed on my own, by my own means, not on my own, but by my own means.
yeah.
That's not harassment. That's just telling you that I'm taking my business elsewhere. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ. Third option, I take the $45 and we both go on our way. Okay. Now let's go back to when I said he was in a lawsuit case with somebody else because they fucked up their head gasket or whatever, you know? He proceeded to tell me on the phone that as of from April of 22 to the end of August of 23, that I have been the only person that they have not satisfied. Really, what about that lawsuit that you have going on currently right now? That's kind of weird that I would be the only one not satisfied with your customer service. Well, I'm not. And right now, as of today, they still have not fulfilled that promise to come out and fix my car. So now I really do have to save up money and go on my own to do this shit because what else am I gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
So that's this butt story of that. And I can keep you guys updated. I still have all the conversation and shit for it. It's just a fucking headache.
Well, this is what you get for being a cheap bastard and not just going to a regular auto repair shop.
I know.
Cheap fuck.
But that's the thing. If, I'm only getting like $600 a week. I can't, just be like, all right, I need to go to this garage and spend $1,200 that I don't have.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just a bunch of fuckery. And I'll get it figured out eventually,
So, does your car run or no?
I don't know. No, it runs, but I do not feel comfortable driving it as of yet. Only because... So, the thing that... What happens when I drive it is... You can... It's kind of hard to explain, but it just shuts down if you don't go fast enough. Like, it just gives out. It's just like, it's either because it's getting damage done to it and it's just stopping, like, no, I'm fucking done before I kill myself, or whatever, or something along those lines. Because the check engine light's on, and my auto stop start feature is fucking bugging out too. Like, I'll turn it off and then it'll say it's on and then off, on and out, and it'll freak out the car, and it's like the car's like, I don't know what to do. Fuck. So yeah, it's just a bunch of fuckery.
Sounds like. Yeah, it sounds like.
Sounds like Ford needs to build a better Escape. Not gonna lie.
Well, your Escape's also what?
2017.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
but
I mean,
I'm not here to dog on Ford. I'm here to dog on that fucking mechanic.
No, that can happen to anybody, any car. And I know that's like, for example, for you GM saying phones out there saying, yeah, fuck Ford. All right, I'm about to say, fuck GM. My dad, and this has been a problem on not just my dad's car, because he has a 2009 Saturn Outlook. He can't shut off his car when he gets gas, because then it won't start. And then while he's getting gas, the car idles like shit when he's getting gas. And it's not just a problem on his car, that's a problem on other Saturn Outlooks and also Chevy Traverses. So don't get on your high horse and say, yeah, fuck you, fuck Ford, GM's better. If GM has a problem like that all on their own. So.
But, yeah, it's just a shit show. And don't get me wrong, I do like my Escape. I really do. But it's just a fucking headache right now. So.
Yeah. But now you know, don't be a cheap bastard next time.
Yep. Don't. Listen.
Listen, Linda.
It sounded too good to be true, and I should have taken it as that face value. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Probably is.
So just some advice for the listeners out there. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yes. So I do believe that's all we have for this week's episode on If Stupid Had a Name. So, but before we close out the show, while we close out the show, really, please give us a like on whatever podcasting service you use, be it Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, whatever. Leave us a like, or leave us a comment, rather, what we need to do. This episode and maybe the next one might be a little...
What trivia as well?
Oh, on trivia, if you have any ideas for trivia. I mean, I have ideas that I can grill you on. And I'm pretty sure you have ideas you could grill me on, too. But leave us a like. Like I said, this episode and the next episode, I know last episode we had a problem with the audio of it, like, doubling and repeating over itself sometimes. I hope from the tests I've done before we recorded, I haven't heard that issue in this one. I'm hoping it's not going to do it. But for volume's sake, it will kind of be a little bit of a wavy effect until we figure it out, until I can figure out where I need to put every setting. So just stick with us through that. Hopefully I can have it all figured out by the next episode. So, but before we go, I just want to hear, we're gonna get some words of wisdom from Mr. Al Sharpton.
Show some RESPICT.
Thank you, Al, for that wise words there. I hope everyone has a great week, and we will talk to you next week.
Hold on. Hold on. Don't close the show yet.
Oh.
Email our show,
yes.
ifstupidhadaname @gmail.com, FISTUPIDHADANAME, Jesus Christ, @gmail.com.
All that's in the show description. So.
Yep. Podcast website, show description, email. We haven't got social media yet. We'll figure that out.
Thank
you for watching.
But remember.
Or listening.
Yeah, but remember.
Show some RESPICT.
Have a great week.